He begins with what was in some ways an undeniable incident in Phoenix.
The case of the Phoenix Lights began on an evening in March of 1997.
Hundreds of people, many looking at the Hale-Bopp comet, reported seeing an array of lights and an enormous delta-shaped craft.
It's coming across the sky, and as it's moving, it's blocking and unblocking the stars. There is actually a shape.
My estimate of the size of the craft from the nose as it passed us where we lived to the end of the left wing that passed in front of us was over 5,000 foot long.
There was such an uproar about what people described seeing that we also did a story about it back in 1997. The first report of a strange flying object came at about 8:20 that night from a former police officer in Paulden, Arizona. Over the next 40 minutes, people gave similar reports of an object along a 200-mile route south to Phoenix and Tucson. At the time, then Arizona Governor Fife Symington called a press conference spoofing the whole thing.
And now I'll ask Officer Stein and his colleagues to escort the accused into the room so that we may all look upon the guilty party.
He said he just wanted to lighten the tension. But what Symington did not say then was that he also saw the object over Phoenix.
We all experienced a very exciting sighting of some kind of a craft of unknown origin.
Symington is an Air Force veteran and a pilot himself.
I mean, it was big and it was solid, and as best as I could determine, it was wedge-shaped, and the leading edge that I saw had extremely bright lights on it.
Do you feel at any risk now talking about this, that, oh, why now I joined the ranks of the wackos?
Well, I don't, I know what I saw, I know what I believe, and I'm not afraid to say it publicly.
But he didn't think so when he was governor.
You're the governor. You don't want to be seen as a nut.
That's basically putting it in a very polite way, much more diplomatic, yeah. So I didn't think that I probably ought to add to the dialogue and the furor at that point in time.
But didn't you call the Air Force or anybody in the federal government and say, tell me what that was?
Yeah, I did, yes.
And they said?
They said, we don't know what it was.